What's going on, everyone? Dwayne here from NorCal Nerf Club, and I'm very excited and happy to say that I finally got my Perses in the mail today. Oh man, it just seems like it's been forever since we first saw this, any of the leaked photos of this, and I've been excited about it ever since then. And then I've had this on pre-order for quite a long time through Walmart.com, and I've seen all kinds of other people already getting their Perses going out on the shelves on stores, and I still had to wait until it to be released on the 1st and then get it here today on the 7th. But very happy about it. Take a quick look at the box here. Pretty standard for anything the Rival, except for one thing's a little bit different here. If you can see, yeah, we don't have a little ball in the window right there, just kind of a little raised embossed one right there, and kind of a raised embossed parts of the image on the box, but it's pretty nice there. Included is, of course, the 50 rounds that it takes to fill up this blaster. And fastest, they claim, fastest blasting Nerf Rival system. I do believe it says down here below. System also used a Nerf Rival Prometheus. So yeah, we already know how fast that is. Holds or fires up to 8 rounds per second, holds 50 of them, 8 rounds per second. That's really good, the same as what Prometheus does. So this is a more mobile Prometheus. That's a fantastic thing. I have 2 Prometheus and I really enjoy them a whole lot. I don't play with them as often as other blasters though. But this one I'm looking forward to playing with a lot. As a matter of fact, this weekend at Ragnarok Oktoberfest. This is going with me. This is going to be there. Take a quick look at the back of the box here. Yeah, just claims hopper feed, high capacity, full motorized velocity, 100 feet per second. And yeah, there it is. A bunch of people battling, red teams, blue teams battling. And yeah, no new blasters or anything like that on there. Just everything that we've seen before. But let's get this busted open, because I am real excited to get this open and get this out of the box. Enough looking at the box. Yeah. There we go. Slice that part open. I see a couple pieces of tape around here. Hopefully this isn't too tedious on camera watching a guy cutting tape on a box, but some people happen to enjoy it, watching it come right out of the box, and there we go. Flip that over, and ooh, buddy, yeah, that's looking good. That looks great. Right there it is. There it is, the brand new Nerf Rival Perses. We're gonna undo the little tether cords here. Good thing I brought the big scissors. That's a piece of rope holding these in there. But we're going to get those free. And I do believe, besides this one, that should be the only thing holding this blaster in. Should be. Get the rounds out of there. Of course, as included is the 50 rounds. Right there they are. Nice sack of those. We got another cord up here to get. You can tell I'm getting excited about this. I'm getting ahead of myself. I wanted to get this thing out of a box. And there we go. That's a nice feeling. The battery is down here as well. I have to pull that out. Might have to cut that one out just to make it a lot easier. There we go. And there it is. And of course the charger for the battery. And then we don't need that. Okay, fantastic. Yep, that's the battery. That's a real nice battery. Just fits right up front here in this compartment here. We'll go over a little bit more of that here in a bit. They got a cover on the little hopper release. I actually have a hopper release on this so that it can come out of there. I suppose you can clear any jams. And they actually do have a little sling point, so that makes that very, very interesting if that's going to, someday they'd be selling separate hoppers for these. Very interesting. I can see that being kind of bulky to carry on you, but yeah, whatever. But that's a nice feeling blaster. I don't even have the battery in there yet, but that is great feeling. Fantastic color. I like that. Yep. Looking good, looking great. And I've already seen some other videos. This is quite a great performing blaster. So like I've been saying, I've been really excited to get this one in my hands. But I'll tell you what, before I throw it on the chronograph or anything, let's go and get a full charge on that battery. Okay. So there we go. Yep, I got the battery all charged. It took exactly 1 hour and 40 minutes for it to fully charge. And when you put the battery in, it's real simple. Just line up the post right there, okay, and then it just slides in there very easily, snaps into place very nicely. It's very solid in there, not going anywhere. When you want to get it out, you just press this button right here and then pull back on that one. See, it just releases it like that, back in and out. Very easy, really, really like that. As you can well see, also, I'm not included with the package, of course. I added my bipod from my Jupiter rifle on there, and that looks pretty cool. I like it like that, actually. It feels pretty good, too. I can still leaves me plenty of room to, you know, hold my hand right there, right exactly where I want to. Goes back against the body of it perfectly. I like it forward, though. If you slide them forward, then I can put my hand back there in that place. Could even go a little bit more forward on the blaster. Really nice feel. And that's one thing I wanted to talk about this blaster. I think it just has very comfortable ergonomics. I think it is a great blaster. Balance-wise, in both your hands, it feels really good. It can be one-handed, so a little bit of strength. You could probably do wield these things, no problem. For a little while, anyways. But yeah, it's just a really great feeling blaster. Fires off really, really nice. I really am enjoying this. As you can tell when I was opening this, I was almost speechless getting this thing out of the box. I've waited so long, and it's just so sweet. Just a really, really great blaster. Really glad that Hasbro got on this and made another really fantastic blaster for the Rival line. Probably about the best. You know, people will debate it all day, their blaster against another one, but wow, they really did a good job on this one. This is fantastic. Always liked my Hades a whole lot. Is one of my favorites really out of that. Hera. Prometheus, of course. You know, that's what is sort of comparable as Prometheus, and then, of course, Nemesis. The more comparable ones like this, because they use that, of course, conveyor system right there, which is all great and everything. When you're loading them, now they've only gone halfway down here, down in the hopper with the conveyor, which means you always got to kind of get them to move forward. If you kind of running around, I can see that not being too big of a problem, and I have some people play with this and having no problems with it. Just got to tilt it down, make sure that all the rounds are rolling forward and being able to make contact with that. And then if they're right back here, it might take a second for it to actually spit forward and fire. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty nice. You know, the fact that you don't have to reload, that you can put 50 rounds in this, no problem. Yeah, really good. It does go out 8 rounds a second, so that is pretty fast. And that's one thing that can be a little bit of an issue with any of these fully automatic blasters, is that you really got to conserve your rounds with them. Yeah, it's great to have a Prometheus with 250 rounds in it and everything, but Nemesis fully loaded, fantastic, sure. But when you're getting out there and playing, of course, if you lose all your rounds right away, you've shot everything off that you have in the first 90 seconds of the round, then you're kind of, you know, you're running around picking rounds off the floor for the rest of the round, and you're really not an effective player then. I'll never forget the first time when we had 3 Prometheuses on our team, and I thought, well, that's pretty cool, got 3 Prometheuses. Halfway through the first round, went back to go reload. I think I was using a Hades and went back to reload, and there's no rounds in the bin. There's nothing to reload. The whole team is now reloading off of the floor, so you really got to watch it with the high capacity ones. Do your little teamwork, you know, and then don't hog all the rounds and then go spray them all over you're playing for. Other features on the blaster, you got a little jam door over here. Just need to press that down and then slide it forward. You got a little bit of room you can see there to get to the flywheels. Not a whole lot, but a little bit of room, I suppose. About enough to get in there. Haven't experienced any jams as far as anything in the flywheels or anything like that. The only thing, you're not really going to worry about jams. You want to worry more about about misfirings and make sure and getting those rounds to feed in there properly. But other than that, sure, that's nothing. That's nothing. Once you get used to doing things like that, it's really, really simple and becomes second nature when you're operating the blaster. But let's get this on the chronograph. That's what I want to do. I got to get some rounds in this. That is one thing I have not yet done with this blaster. Got to play with it just a little bit. And I want to get some rounds up in here, and we're going to get it on the chronograph. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll edit it down for the video and everything, but I'm going to load these in there one at a time. Just to not, when I'm on the chronograph, get those times when it's going to fire 2 or 3. Okay, this is easier though than the Prometheus. Prometheus, it's real tricky to only fire off one shot. This is same thing. It's a little tricky, but it's a little easier to snap. I don't know. It seems like a trigger pull, maybe. You know, instead of pushing them down like you do on the Prometheus. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit easier. I like that trigger on there, and maybe that's just a little easier, a little snappier on there. Oh, that's the other thing. Well, let's talk about the trigger first before we get this loaded up. It's real nice. This is one thing that I really can see that the safety and trigger lock really comes into play, and it is an advantage here because having it on, then you can't rev. It locks both the rev and the trigger, so you can't rev it at all when the safety is on. Nor can you pull the trigger unless you've revved it. You see? So that's a good thing. Yeah, a couple good little measures that'll save you, a lot of hassles and headaches in the long run. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this loaded up. And like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and do it like one at a time so that we can get a guaranteed good shot. As long as I get it nice and level on there, we should be able to get good shots every time. Okay, 102, 106.6. That was a good one. See, and then it gives me a true reading too on it instead of the ones that follow, because it might shoot out one at 100, 102. The next ones that come behind it are going to be 95, 96, 94 right behind it. I've seen that. Prometheus does the same thing like that. 102 even again, real good. 97.7. That was the first one below 100. Now that one, I believe I had it back off the conveyor. I just kind of tossed it in there, and it was a little further back on the conveyor. Let's kind of push them up here. So they snap out of there real nice and quick. 96.1. Okay. Still up in there, definitely up in the great rival ranges right there. Like I said, let's right in there. 101. Even 105.9, 102.3, 98.3. That's our 9th shot. Let's take one more so we can get an average out of 10. 102 again. It likes that 102 range, doesn't it? That's real nice. I think those are really great numbers for a stock rival blaster. Sure. Our max was at 106.6. Minimum was a 96.1, so above 95 still for a minimum. That's real great. And then average of 101.3, so very nice right there. Above 100 feet per second stock. Right out of the box. That's a real beautiful thing. That is a really beautiful blaster. It's nice to hold on to. You heard how it revs up just really nicely. I think it revs I know it's the same system and everything, but something just seems a little bit quicker even than Prometheus on it. Rev up everything. I don't know. But tell you what, I'm going to get a bunch of different kinds of rounds, and we're going to take this outside and test some range and accuracy. Okay, so here we are outside. I've loaded up a nice little handful of regular Nerf rounds in this, and I've got the target set up exactly 50 feet away. That's a good little distance for this, but I have confidence in this. Now, if the wind don't mess with us too much, you can see the target getting a little windy out there. Northern California, it's always breezy, but let's see what it can do. Here we go, 50 feet. See, gotta shake them forward. And here, once again, I forgot that. Gotta do that. Getting a lot of wind on the target there, but that wasn't too bad. I see a nice, there was already a few of them in there. I see a nice little handful of them in there. And then the wind just kicked up big time, didn't it? Okay, now I've got a bunch of different other rounds in here we're going to try out too, and I'm going to make a big mess in this lot. Here we go, loaded up a whole bunch of Adventure Force rounds in here, and these always fly pretty nice. So let's see what this will do. So I like to take those little shots, 1, 2 at a time. Ooh. Getting some hop up on these. Right there, just right in front of the target too. Getting a little bit of hop up, maybe a little bit of breeze back there. But yeah, a little more hop up, I would say, on the Adventure Force rounds. Loaded up right now, I've got a whole bunch of Proton rounds in there. Now these always do really, really well out of flywheel blasters. So let's see what's going on here. See, nice, pretty nice direct shot there. Oh, got a little. And that's at 50 feet. You can see them flying beyond there. Now I've got a nice handful of the brand new X-Shot Chaos rounds. These are fantastic rounds, and I'm expecting they'll fly pretty good out of there. They got a little bit of weight to them. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's pretty nice. See, those things do pretty good. Yeah. They fly pretty nice. Maybe a little less hop up on them and everything. Okay, on to the next round. Up next, got a whole bunch of headshot rounds in there. We'll see. Green ones are the ones that I don't really like as much, but we'll see. Let's do this firing test. Headshot rounds. See, I like the red ones. Pretty nice, they're not bad. Yeah, those, you know, really that's one thing I wanted to test out and show is that performs fine. Any kind of rounds you want to throw at and put it in there, it's performing just fine. Just always got to make sure that they're on top of that conveyor belt and it's able to grab those and send them out the barrel. But yeah, that was a fun little test on this, and I can see we hit quite a few. Now, like I said, that's at 50 feet. That'd be a good long distance if I was really shooting it at somebody. I tend to move in a little bit close, to get a little bit closer than that, but it's very possible, okay? And as you can see, maybe back beyond there, we've got a lot of rounds. In fact, let's go ahead and take a walk back there real quick and we'll see. We've got quite a few rounds that are inside the dart catcher here, so that's pretty good. I probably had, I don't know, probably maybe about 10 yellow ones in there. But yeah, see, now we've got them. I don't know how, I'll have to check the video, but I don't know how many of them actually maybe bounced off of this fence, but I've got a whole bunch of them against that fence. That was 50 feet to that. I mean, this is a good another at least 40 feet at least to this fence. So that's kicking it pretty good, and that's in a wind. When it comes through this alley, then it's going to get affected by the wind right there. But that's pretty good ranges. As you can see, it's pretty good, solid, and on target for quite that distance. Very, very interesting. Okay, that was a good fun range test. As you can see, the new Nerf Rival Perses just performing spectacular. I think it's really a fantastic blaster. Like I said, I've been waiting for this one for a long time, and I am not disappointed one little bit. It's a fantastic looking blaster. I do like how they painted it, and once again, didn't paint it on this side though. The red and blue Rival Chronos they have paint on both sides of them, the stripes anyways on both sides. That would look really good if they would have done that. That's what everybody says. I know that's pretty much a very popular opinion. They really should paint both sides of the blaster, but I think it looks fantastic just the way it is, and it performs really, really well. This will be my primary at Ragnaroktoberfest coming up this weekend, so I'm real glad to has got a couple nice sling points on it. That's going to be very comfortable to get. I've got a couple really good comfortable slings. I know one I'm probably going to use on this, and it's going to work out very, very nicely for that type of environment and that type of play. As you can see, I was 50 feet away. That's a pretty good long range to be firing at people from for a stock blaster and being able to hit them quite well. So there we go. Yeah, nothing but positive thoughts on this new blaster. I really do enjoy it a whole bunch. $99 price tag. I'm not even mad about that at all. Not for what this can do, and I can see the potential in it. Yeah, and definitely one of these days this is going to have some lipo in it, and it's going to be just a fantastic blaster here in the future. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope maybe you can take a second to go on down there and give me a thumbs up on that. Very much appreciated. And until my next video, you guys take care. I'll see you soon.